All right, you guys, very, very well, very, very well. So, beautiful day today. Beautiful trading, beautiful markets. I don't know, it's just something about this trend following, right? You kind of like get this gut for holding on to positions and not being as emotional as some traders may make emotional decisions. And as you guys know, emotional trading outside of your trading plan is the absolute downfall of a lot of traders. So don't trade emotional, guys. Better market activity. But I was able to capitalize on some good moves, and I was able to see my way through, and able to just able to stay very well right now, because there's some pullbacks, but inside the pullbacks, when you're trend following, they're just pullbacks, and I'm going to get to one as soon as we jump into the trend picture. But these pullbacks are like, they're just buying opportunities, and actually they're the best buying opportunities, especially when you can take note of them, kind of analyze them on side of the chart, on the chart base, right? Find out the entries, find out what the way a stock's behaving, right? And see if you should be buying in this area, see if this area is support, and see if you put buys in this area and stops below, right? If prices will hold, and if it will work in your favor, so to speak. Kind of what Larry Tintorelli calls buying pullbacks in long-term trends and long-term uptrends. That simple, okay? Buying pullbacks and long-term uptrends. Pullbacks, we've been dealing with pullbacks in this recent market activity. I don't care what trend you've been following. I know that there's been some pullback in a lot of them. Okay? But do you have the gut to buy those pullbacks inside of these uptrends? Or are you one of the traders that are cutting your positions because of the pullbacks? Are you panicking because of the pullbacks? Because you shouldn't be panicking inside the pullbacks. You should be buying the pullbacks. You should be surfing the wave inside the pullbacks. You should be mellowing yourself out. Okay? Unless we're cracking major trend lines, cracking major support areas, and things of that nature. Other than that, we should be buying these long-term pullbacks. This is where the green comes in. This is what Larry's talking about. This is what some of the other big-time trend followers are talking about. Alright? Developing that gut. That emotional stability. Keeping you from making irrational, emotional decisions. Quote unquote, human behavior. Alright? It's not whether you're right or wrong that's important, but how much money you make when you're right and how much you lose when you're wrong. We're not going to win 100% of the time, but we need to be winning big on our winners, and we need to be having these small losers. Let's do that over 100 trades. Let's do that over 200 trades. Let's do that over 300 trades. Let's do that over 400, 500. Let's do that in 1,000 trades. Have these big winners and have these really small losers. So keep these losers really small. When you notice they're even losers, when you take notice it's a loser. This is a quote from George Soros. This is the guy who made $1 billion overnight or something like that on the going short on the pound or the yen or something like that. I have to get more into depth, but this is an awesome, one of the best traders in our current time. George Soros right here uses trend following techniques. I'm not going to say he's a trend follower because I know he uses fundamentals and he uses other decision-making processes in his trading. But for the most part, he has a trend following mentality. He's a trend follower for the most part. This is a trend following quote. This is a trend following point of view. It's not whether you're right or wrong that's important, but how much money you make when you're right and how much you lose when you're wrong. This is trend following. Because trend followers have this based right inside of their everyday trading equation. How much they're going to make on this trade. How much they're going to lose on this trade. Alright? Which brings me to my next point from George Soros. I'm not better than the next trader, just quicker at admitting my mistakes and moving on to the next opportunity. This is what the trend following, this is what the stock analysis that we're doing here is all about. We're riding all the winners, we're keeping the winners in our hands, keeping the winners in our portfolio, and cutting the losers when we see that they're losers. That's why most of these stocks are the same stocks, because they're the same winners. And the ideal thing here is to buy a stock at $20 and sell it at $100, or buy it at $5 and sell it at $50, okay? Or buy it at $5 and sell it at $20. Whatever the case may be. The point here is to make absolute returns and to ride these moves for the best we can and to cut our losers quickly. As soon as we notice a loser's a loser, it's gone. It's dead. It's depleted. Out of our account. Gone. We're only holding winners and adding weight to winners. Okay? Simple as that. That way, if you do that, what should you have in your portfolio? Could you imagine if you did that? You should end up with mostly winners. If you've cut all the losers, you should end up with mostly winners in your portfolio. You should end up with mostly good behaving stocks that are green, that are winners for you, that have not hit your drawback point or your cut losses point. This is from George Soros, billionaire. Okay, another trend. He's kind of like a trading partner of Stanley Druckenmiller. You guys seen Stanley Druckenmiller? He told you guys to go for the juggler when you have conviction on a trade. These are the same guys. They're the same trading partners, okay? This is George Soros. Beautiful stuff from George Soros. First time we've opened up with something from Soros, and we might dibble into some more stuff, but we got some more criteria, some more learning criteria that we're going to keep going on here, okay? All right, so let's get into the trend picture. Beautiful day today, guys. All around the board for me. If I show you my portfolio, I really want to show you my portfolio, but I just can't, because it's YouTube, and I don't know. Let's say I have about 10 to 12 positions in my portfolio. Almost every single one of those was green today, besides one or two, and it's not by mistake. Those are the trends that I have picked, and that are proving themselves winners. I say this again. The guys in my trend following group, when they see this show, they're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, because I'm a little bit more personal inside my group. They've seen all my open longs, and almost every single one of them was green today. And it's not by mistake. It's not by mistake. I'm riding strength here, guys. I'm riding winners here, okay? I'm riding winners here. Facts. All right? That's a living quote from George Soros. Cut your losers, ride your winners. Okay? Let's get into the trend picture. APRN having these higher highs and lows here. I like this to continue. Beautiful buying spot. What I just say about buying pullbacks and long-term uptrend. Mid-term uptrend right here. Short-term uptrend could turn into a long-term, but we've already challenged these areas here. We've already challenged these areas. So we're already inside of here. And you guys know about my show. We knock down higher highs, and we start knocking down higher highs, okay? So we start setting higher highs and knocking down old prices, all right? Kind of like the domino effect, so to speak. So higher highs here. Look at the chart telling you exactly what it's doing. Higher highs, pull back. Higher highs, pull back. This is a buying point here. Watch for some green coming into this stock very soon, in the next trading session or so, okay? Watch for this stock to start coming back up towards this higher high. Very beautiful buying point here. If you haven't got a ride on APRN when it started making this move from 2 to 250 to 3 to 350 to 3 to 4 to 4, from 350 to 3 to 350, 4 to 350. Okay, so back here, same thing. Stock showing you exactly what it's doing. So I like longs here, guys. I like longs here with stops below. You got the 50 and the 20 crossing here. You got the 20 and the 200 crossing there. Major action coming into that stock. All right, I love that stock right now. APRN. Nice upside there. Okay, nice buying point on that. Put yourself a stop below those moving averages, below that 20, and so to speak, give yourself a little space there. But you guys know from watching this show 100 times. TNDM not as consistent as a chart. Let me take that back. One of the best winners we had all year, but okay, little pullback here, but still consistent, man. Still a hell of a stock. Still just beast mode, man, on TNDM. Let me give you guys a closer picture. What we're doing right here in the 5. All right, we're still violent, man. This stock's very, very awesome, very strong right here. So I like TNDM for the continuation. Probably knock this down tomorrow. Probably knock that down tomorrow. The stock's really good, but has setting higher highs. I'm never surprised when the stock adds 1 point, 2 point, 3 points for, you know, every day the stock adds a point. It never surprises me because the stock's very strong, very consistent, all right? So I like TNDM to just head up through the Raptors. Should hold all these prices here. All right? Business as usual. TNDM for continuation, HEAR. When I was talking to my guys in the Trend Followers Club, and I said, now this is the thing. If I put TNDM on my screener, you guys watch TNDM, watch HEAR, and watch I. Those stocks are kind of bunched together in my view. All right, because I was trading all those stocks together. All right, get something to drink. Trading all those stocks together at one point. All right. What I told my buddies was, if you look at the chart, see, we just looked at the 5-year. This one looks a lot cleaner, doesn't it? I mean the monthly. We just looked at the monthly chart. This one looks a lot cleaner, doesn't it? Alright? That's not by mistake. This is a better trading stock. It's more consistent and it's more consistent in its higher highs and lows. More consistent in its price action. I like this thing to get through 28 very soon. Knock this higher high down here at 27 and some change. 27.50. But just a hell of a stock, man. Still enjoying longs on that and TNDM. I've got more weight inside of TNDM than I do HEAR, which I don't know how that happened, but I just really how do I say this? I really manage those positions very poorly, very poorly. I'll manage those better next time. I'll be managing those positions better. What I say about trend following is never micromanage your positions. Manage your positions, but don't micromanage your positions. Don't micromanage your positions. Let your positions work. Don't take too much weight off your positions. Alright? Especially if you're going to let your trends run. Which trend following is all about letting your trends run. So don't take too much weight off your trends when your trends are going to run. That way your returns, you're not settling for, like we learned on this show, don't settle for a $2,000 return where you should be settling for a $20,000 return. Don't take too much weight off your winners, guys, okay? We'll get better with that as time goes on. We're going to make some serious money here in the next future, guys, in the very near future. As we've been doing already. We've probably already made some very serious money. I know I have. We're going to be hitting some major points and following some major trends. So just bear with me, guys. Guys, stay with the wave, all right? Trading is not an overnight process. The people that think trading is like an overnight winning process, those are the guys that deplete themselves very quickly. Okay? It's not an overnight process, all right? Anyways, TRXC for continuation. I've been wanting to show you guys this thing again. All right, so I traded this thing up here this year, and when it had this major drawdown, I just kind of cut my position out. So a lot of sets of higher highs and lows here. I've been seeing this thing already challenging this area here. I've been seeing this higher highs coming in here. I saw it when it was actually right here starting to challenge these higher highs, and then I said, okay, we're starting to eat up towards this here. So watch that, all right? It's going to look like this part. It's going to look like it's going to look like this, guys. See this? See this? This is going to look like this. Normally, how the uptrends work. You set these patterns just mock each other, okay? But, of course, it's gotten a lot bigger here because price has picked up here. But, mainly, you see this? Higher high from this point of the chart. Higher high, pull back, okay? Higher high, pull back, higher high, pull back. And then we eventually knocked this down with all these higher highs here. Came up, and then, you know. Business as usual, guys. So I like TRXC for continuation. Don't put your stop too tight, but since this whole little move here, we've been respecting this MA. So put your stop below that MA. Alright? That 20. Prices have been respecting that 20 in this current little locomotive here we're doing. MRNS. Just a good stock right now. Already knocked this higher high down. Old resistance turned support. We learned that here many times. So here we are sitting on support. Very well. I like this stock to continue. Man, I can't believe we're in 8. I like it to knock over 8 and knock this higher high down. Holding 8 very well. Holding this little trend line here. You can probably place a trend line from here to here. Alright, from here to here. Trend line. Alright. So it's basically sitting right on it. Perfect spot on MRNS for a buy spot. Set yourself a stop below, you know, 775, 765. Okay. MRNS. Look how this thing looks when you pan out. It really has some room to move, doesn't it? Looks really good up here, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Look quite well here. Alright, I like to see things from a further aspect because I'm trading for the bigger move. I'm trading from a larger time frame. I'm giving these moves time to kind of develop. So I need to see what this stock has to offer, and I can only see that by panning out. Alright, MRNS. FNKO continues to be an awesome stock. Just rallying through the Raptors like it has been doing. You guys know all about it because you've been trading it here with me. We've been trading it since about back here, around this range. Alright, since we first noticing it lift off, before it got too, you know, so to speak, out into, before it kind of got too far out in price, we started buying it. Alright, we started buying it in this area here. So FNKO for continuation, I like a stop below this for prices to hold up here. Alright, but as you see, it's still just doing its thing. Higher highs, pullback, higher highs, pullback, higher highs. Same thing here, higher highs, pullback, higher highs, pullback. Chart just mocking itself all the way through. So FNKO for continuation. SOGO, let's see what this is. Must be some market cap behind this stock. Must be the reason why it's here. And it's curling up here on this. Let's give it a look on the 5. Yeah, newer stock. This is a newer stock, ladies and gentlemen. So, alright, curling up here on this time frame. I like it to hold these levels here. I like this rounding. I like this prices to round here. I like this. Alright, watch to see what this stock does. Take some longs on this. See if we can start letting this chart open up here. Alright, see if this chart's going to start opening up. We don't make any predictions. We just follow these moves, okay? Alright, see how much of this chart's going to open up. Stop yourself out. Let that thing ride out. SOGO. Nice looking stock right there. A lot of market cap. MNK continues to be a winner. Remember, I showed you guys this thing crossing over the 20-day moving average. You guys keep a watch on APRN. The first stock I showed you today has a lot of upside on it. Whoa, this stock has taken back a lot. Whoa. So here we are in a 1-year time frame, crossing over this the 200 and the 20 crossing, liable to kick off a lot of price action, liable to kick off a lot of signals when these two merge right here, so to speak. When those two merge, liable to kick off a lot of signals, so to speak. All right. So watch that. We've taken back a lot of this, guys. I was watching this when it first broke over this area here, and I said, okay, the move is on. We've broken over this. Higher highs and lows continue. Man, let's watch MNK. I've got an open long on MNK. Let's see what this thing does. Wow, beautiful stock right now. All right, set yourself some space on your stock. Give you guys a closer time frame. Whoa, beautiful stock right now. I love what the stock's offering, man. Let me see it on the 5 really fast. That was the 1. This thing looks beautiful on the 1. Looks way better on the 5. You never know when this is going to start back. This whole little thing here. Alright? Because normally stocks have these downtrends. Alright? And then they start to set higher highs and lows. And then they kind of change this comes out of this. So we never know if this is a price, a reversal in price action. Okay? But we've been closing above this 20-day moving average on the 5. But now, like I said, we're looking at this from a 1-year time frame, okay? From a 1 year. But took it back a lot here so far. So let's see if we come up here and challenge this. We're already inside of it. We're already inside this whole space of price, okay? We're already inside this price. So we can get into this gap over here. See it? We're into this gap here. Never know how much of this gap we're going to take back, which is clearly up here to $30. We're inside this gap, so it could start triggering prices just to start reversing back into here, upwards. Wow, MNK looking wonderful. Let's do this, guys. Sirius XM, beautiful stock, super market cap, somewhere around 10 billion or something, over 10 billion. I don't look at a lot of things on here on TradingView, so I'm not sure how to check that out. But anyways, so let me show you SiriusXM on a 5-year. Look at that. Kind of at the best it's been trading in 5 years is at this point now that it's at now. Out of 5 years, let me hold on. Wait a second. Let me go to all. Alright. So the stock has had a really good pass, but this is the reason why I liked this stock in the first place. We showed you this stock way back, long time ago, month ago, 2 months ago, alright? The reason why we like it is because you see what it did up there. You see what it did up there, alright? And now we're already setting higher highs, and look at the strength. Remember all the rockets we looked at on the show that were kind of like taking off? That were kind of like lifting off? Remember all the rockets we saw? Look at this thing, just straight lifting off. Wow. And then we've already challenging these prices here. Jesus, so we can easily get into here. Could be the next stop. Alright, so watch SiriusXM for major moves. GoPro. Oh, GPRO. Alright, so we've seen it way up here, you guys. Let me back up and make some sense of this stuff. So higher highs and lows coming in. Very easy to tell this. The 20 and the 200 crossing. Getting ready to cross like some of the other momentum we saw picking up. Alright, higher highs and lows, very easy to tell this pattern here. So let's just see what it does. You can take yourself along and set you a stop below this here, 1614. 610. Alright, set yourself a stop below this, but we should definitely start moving up here. Getting ready to cross the 200 on GoPro. Change in sentiment. Look at all this lower lows and lower lows, and now we're having higher highs and higher highs. Reversing price, and it reversed right here. You guys seen a lot of times on this show when prices reverse, they kind of make like a twin, kind of like a replica of price to the reversal side. So look at this replica here. Replica right here. See this? Basically twins swapped around. See that replica? We've seen it here 100 times, guys. That is the sign of a true reversal. We didn't watch it on GoPro. We watched it on a different stock. It wasn't on GoPro. It was on a different stock. I don't even know what stock it was. But I know on several stocks we saw this how do you say this? Very, very mirror image, okay? Alright? So there you have it. A reversal in price action confirmed by this thing here. This little twin. These guys are like twins, basically. See this? Alright? That's confirming the reversal. Have the higher high and then higher highs coming in. Alright? So business as usual, GoPro. Oh, I got a wonderful stock to show you guys. We're going to follow this long and see what happens with this, okay? See what happens with this BILI. Alright? Curling here on price action curling. Price action curling here. And I like for this thing just to continue. Alright? Don't set your stops too tight. You're in a beautiful buying spot, in my opinion. Let me pan in a little bit. You're in a beautiful buying spot. See how prices are just rounding here? Look at that. Denied, denied, denied. Flat, round, round, round. Watch for some higher highs to come in here, okay? Watch for some higher highs to come in here. Wow, wonderful looking stock, BILI. Alright? You guys, watch that long term. If that thing cracks over 22, can take off. But we're looking at about 8, 9, 10 points of upside here on BILI. Show you guys long with this whole oil, natural gas, resources thing. Alright, one of the better stocks inside of this resources thing. Alright, look at it. Just beast mode, alright? Just beast mode, okay? Beast mode on that stock. So I like loan for continuation. It's a no-brainer. We're just listening to the successful trend followers like George Soros and Stanley Druckenmiller. Alright? The successful, wealthier trend followers like Jesse Livermore and Paul Tudor Jones. Alright? The risk managing millionaire, billionaire trend followers like Bruce Kavanagh Michael Marcus, alright? Some of the original turtle traders, some of the original turtle trading trend followers that are still using old-time trend following practices that are still making billions, like Richard Dennis and Jerry Parker. Alright? See you guys next. See you guys, we'll be here. We'll see how the week closes up. Manage that risk in any case, alright?